Hi Leo, welcome into a general weekly reading for you. I hope you're doing well. This is going to be for the week of December 2nd to the 8th, 2024. I do apologize, I am a bit late getting this out for you, but life has just been happening. Anyways, better later than never. To begin for Leo, I'm hearing getting back to yourself, maybe in a new way or at least partially. But we're beginning with, from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck, Prosperity and Magic. Absolutely beautiful, my friend. I feel like it's a week where, okay, things are affecting you and you're trying to readjust, adapt, flow, navigate, overcome to the point of more success, more prosperity, better outcomes is what I'm now getting. But it feels like you again are going to be in the midst of a very magical, very prosperous week for you, where I feel efforts from the past and throughout this week period are paying off. And I feel there are certain delays taking place. I mean, it makes sense in regards to, me beginning this reading, mentioning the fact that I'm, a couple days late, getting this reading out for us. And so I feel that's very purposeful for your reading because there have been and are throughout the week certain little delays and maybe even a bigger delay that you're thinking about, say a manifestation, something doing better for you, coming in or coming back to you, in the future. Anyways, but I do feel you're harnessing your power, okay, your magical way of being throughout the week, feeling very talented, being perceived in this way by other people. And I sense that this is a huge reason why you're reaping the rewards. You're seeing the prosperity flow back into and in different new forms into your life. They're saying it's a week of sweet results being drawn to the big B here. And I feel it's as if, as again, you're coming back to yourself and maybe again in a new way or two, you're finding the magic seeping back into your world, into your energy field, where I feel it's been a bit dry in that sense, rewinding, further back before this week period. And so they're saying, while this takes place, we need you to take a deep breath, okay? Even the magical vibes within your world can feel overwhelming or be happening, taking place, increasing while certain other things are affecting you, like your spirituality, energy, noise factors. It could be in regards to how someone is working and or living, or multiple people. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be all that's on your plate. But I'm hearing, at least to an extent, rewinding back, you asked for what you have at hand. And even if it doesn't currently, it once upon a time checked off at least the majority of the boxes that that it was meant to. You know what I mean? And so we need you to take a hot second and remember that, okay, if there's change, say a replacement, a switch up, that needs to take place, that you want to take place moving forward, then so be it. And this might be nothing new for you as far as desiring and wanting, maybe needing that change in the future. But there's more ideal aspects of what you're thinking about replacing or switching up than you're remembering in certain moments, okay? I'm now hearing nothing is perfect and everything is temporary. Now, I feel like you're stepping into what feels like is meant to be a more playful period for you, because I do feel like the chapter that you're in the middle of is been feeling overly serious for a lot, or just, very mature, very responsible. You haven't been enjoying yourself to the fullest extent. I would absolutely recommend you hop on over to the Taurus reading I did for this week period that I posted yesterday. And theirs was all about, coming back to a happier version of themselves, allowing for and even creating more happiness to come back into your energy field. And therefore you can live life more so to the fullest. You can reap more benefits, rewards, prosperity, and see life work out more so, to your advantage and your benefit is what I was going to say. Now, there is a huge focus on a sanctuary for you. I know a lot of which is going to be at least part of your home situation, if not the entire place where you reside, but it definitely could be elsewhere. It's in nature somewhere, like a park, a forest, you name it. I'm hearing for somebody a lake. Okay. And I totally get how that could be, a sanctuary for you, a place to escape, gain comfort, come back to yourself, get out of your head, maybe sort through this and that, come up with some creative ideas. They want somebody to go for a quality stroll in the park. All right, that's how it's coming through. Interesting. I don't know why I'm being drawn to this in the center of the inside of the box for this deck. It says, enter a secret dimension to discover the truth of your soul. Now that is dramatic and deep. So there's something about that for you. But some soul searching might take place throughout the week as well. For Leo to continue from the Light Seers deck, the Judgment card, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. This is giving off, again, very magical, very lucrative energy, feeling like your cup is meant to more so now throughout this week, and even more in the future, overflow to your advantage, maybe to the advantage of yourself and other people within your world. There's a sense of you having a good a head on your shoulders at this point, especially in comparison to, older past versions of yourself, less mature versions. And less responsible is what I'm hearing. But there are certain small choices and habits repeating in your world that you do have control over. And so they're asking you to tighten things up in that sense. Say you've been overspending, over-consuming, over-associating, you name it, over-avoiding, okay, or procrastinating. But it doesn't feel like a week where you're procrastinating per se, but you're, again, flowing with certain divine delays. And this may be a form of protection for you. Productive avoidance is what I'm hearing. It reminds me of me, in the past, I would normally get up and do my readings anywhere from 2 in the morning to, 9 in the morning. And that would be, a good time. And then I would, edit and post and send out, the readings before noon. But then these days, given I have flexibility with my own schedule and I have been a tired soul, and I feel like you have been as well, I have been sleeping in more. And I don't see that as a bad thing, but it does leave me with less of the day to play with, to work with, to utilize to my advantage. Some of you might be finding that there's a focus on your sleeping patterns, and how your habits and your routines, and even lack thereof which, have been affecting your sleep, negatively. And maybe even in a less of a way, focusing on the positive effects on it. Anyways, that was horrific wording. We're going to speak upon why you honestly want something in the future, a happily ever after kind of situation, whether it's a further commitment with somebody, whether it's an ideal soulmate to meet, to commit to explore and experience, live life with, to explore each other is what I'm hearing. So the potential of love for you, even if you already have somebody in your life that's coming to mind and taking a focus. I'm getting somebody is swiping or scrolling, looking for potential options online. Even though I don't feel for the single Leos, it's a week where you're meant to be stepping out of single life, but more so a week to, once again, feeling like a continued process to prepare to exit single life. But the Ten of Cups does talk about having the ultimate, right? The end all be all, or just the ideal situations within your world. But I feel they're saying this also is meant to come through as your ultimate happiness, right? Who and what has been stripping that away. Don't overdo it in the reflecting, thinking process, the focusing, if you will. But we're needing you to adjust, adapt, fix, change, you know what I mean, in small, organic ways to make sure that you don't let things get the best of you, or, toy with your happiness levels, right? I feel, and if I remember correctly, this came up briefly in Taurus's reading as well. There have been little things poking at you, right? And this may be nothing new, but it feels like where some person in your world, normally wouldn't get the best of you or annoy you, you were getting, it's like they were irking your soul or just frustrating you or annoying you. They may be just like, there were certain aspects of what they were doing, what they were saying, an action or two, even if it wasn't in that moment, that was bothering you. In spirit saying, this is because things are changing within you and outside of you. And so naturally, what you're fond of, what bothers you, what you're okay with, even what you normally would settle, it's all changing. Okay, there's a big shift taking place for you that you weren't expecting. Okay, that you are going to need to embrace and ask yourself, well, within this, now what do I want? What do I actually see that will be in alignment with me, will work for me? What is going to leave me happiest? You know what I mean? Because I feel often, time and time again, rewinding back, you've put other aspects of your life, like your needs, your stability, other people, the future of a connection for somebody, ahead of your own happiness. And they're saying, screw that at this point, okay? Because enough is enough. And so I feel there is some releasing that's needing to, and just naturally, whether you want to or not, it's going to take place. Getting a bit of a purge, if you will, if that's the right wording. You're going to need to cleanse your energy, Leo. I feel there's a ton of empaths like myself drawn to the reading, and if it's new to your awareness, you are picking up and carrying forward a decent amount of energy, obviously some more than others. I knew this was going to come up in a reading, and I didn't know if it was going to be yours or not. Yesterday, I was feeling so heavy in energy, and I haven't been cleansing my energy nearly enough. And this was something I'd been feeling, at my last serving shift and, the days previous to it. But I was not feeling motivated to edit my videos, to post them, to get things done, to clean up. And, I was just feeling a bit down, low in energy. And I stepped into the backyard and cleansed my energy for about a minute or so. I think it was 3 lightings of my Palo Santo. And I just felt lighter, fresh, as if a release took place. The energy was now, released from my system. And I came back into my bedroom, and what did I end up doing? Instantly, I started dancing. I put it on music and I started dancing. And then, lo and behold, I ended up like that, getting my work done quite efficiently. And then I cleaned up, and things then felt more organized, fresh, lighter for me in all aspects. And so I know that was a bit of a long story to prove and remind you of the benefits of cleansing your energy. But thank you for listening, because that was meant to be, and I hope that benefits you. But it is a week where, look at this, there's a lot of solitude, and it's feeling like nothing new for a lot like myself, maybe being a bit, if not a full loner, but you are experiencing benefits from that. Again, coming back to yourself, where I feel it's not as, or in general, efficient to be wrapped up with a bunch of souls, group related situations even, while you're meant to be going through this shift and coming back to yourself and going through these changes, again, within and outside of you. But it feels like, as there is some noise outside happening, there are noises and levels of energy that just don't sit well with you, or affecting you once again. So just take a deep breath and don't let things take over where your control lies. Don't let things get the best of you, because it is a week where you are, again, reaping the rewards. You're reaping the prosperity. Let's wrap up this reading by saying this is meant to be a magical, transformative, changing week where, again, you are meant to be receiving, reaping that prosperity, okay? Well deserved. So if this was truly helpful, I'm, of course, sending you a ton of love and light. Until the next time we meet, Leo, please do take care of yourself.